Today, I'm going to be giving you a closer look at this smartwatch from Zuchini. To be right up front with this one, it does not look like your typical smartwatch, and it really isn't your typical smartwatch. It doesn't have a digital screen. It doesn't have any controls really from the watch. Everything that you do is basically from the app. So if you are looking for a watch that looks like a standard, normal fashion watch, but you want it to be able to track your steps and monitor your sleep and do some of those other things behind the scenes that you can access from your phone, then this is a good option for you. If you're wanting something that's a little bit more intuitive, that you can do controls and things like that from the screen, or even a digital display, then this is not going to offer you that. It looks like a regular standard watch. You just can do things with it through the app, and it's able to track several things for you. So as far as battery goes, there is no rechargeable battery in this. It uses a standard cell battery. It's a CR2032. It does come with one of these. So you just replace that cell battery just like you would on any regular watch. The difference being with this watch that it can connect through Bluetooth to your phone. This one actually comes with two interchangeable bands. Now, the watch comes in a silver color or a black color. I have the silver color, which has a white face, and it comes with these interchangeable bands. So this is kind of like a rubbery band that you can put on, and it's brown that comes with the silver one instead of the metal wristband. So on the outside, it's metal. Now this one is marketed to be a waterproof watch that says it's safe for you to swim or shower in. So I'm assuming, it doesn't say specifically, but I'm assuming that when you are going to use this in the water, that you do not want that metal band on there and that you want to switch out for this particular band. It doesn't really look like your typical watch that would be waterproof, but that is what it claims to be. I haven't taken mine through the shower or anything, but most of the time, even my other smart watches and Fitbits and stuff like that, I typically take off and don't wear in the shower or pool. There are a couple things about this product that's kind of unclear from the product page, and one of those is who this watch is really marketed for, whether it's men or women. As you can tell from this picture, the watch face is rather large. So for me, it looks really bulky and large. It looks like a man's watch on my smaller wrist. So I don't think that there's anything specific about it that makes it super masculine besides the large size. You can see here that it really looks like your standard watch. You just have that twistable knob for you to adjust your time. And the faceplate is very straightforward and simple, nothing digital about it. It's just your standard watch screen. And then on the back side, you just insert your battery and everything appears to be like a typical watch, but it just has some smart features because it can connect through Bluetooth. This one can do some simple features as far as wellness tracking goes. For instance, it has sleep monitoring. It checks your steps. You can actually set goals on the apps and see how close you are to your goal on a regular basis. It also has some remind features for when you're getting a call, it will buzz, and when you're getting text messages as well. You can also set an alarm on it. So it's just a place where you can record your health data from this phone or from this watch that doesn't look like a smartwatch. And you can set various remind things on it. And you can even do some remote photographing, which is not super clear on how you do that, but I'll explain that to you a little bit. Basically, all there is to show with this watch is really to take a look at the app itself. Now, on the smartwatch manual, there are screens here that you can scan in order to go straight to that app. It does have a separate app for Android and iOS. I'm going to be showing you the Android version of the app, and it looks like for the Android and the iOS, they are different in their display options. The app that you use with this watch is called Day Band. There are two main screens on this app that you can flip back and forth besides the settings, and they are to track your sleep and to track your steps. Here is the page for tracking your steps. You can go ahead and set a goal, and it will list your goal there and show you how many steps into it you are. It'll track your distance, your calories, and your quality. The second screen is your sleep tracking, where it shows you right up in that large bubble how many hours you've slept. It'll also track based on color how many hours were deep sleep, how many hours were light sleep, and how many hours you were awake during the night. So it can differentiate between those things. Here's a look at your settings menu on the app. You can go in here to change your personal information, to search for your device, different connectivity information for your device, your push message. You can go in and turn this on to shake to take a selfie, where you just shake your watch if your camera app is open. There's also about and help listed here. This is what the screen looks like when you go into your personal information. You can set your name, your gender, your age, your height, your weight. You can actually go into the units and change it from the metric system and put it on whatever you want. And you can set your exercise goal here as well. Back to that main settings menu, your next option is to search for device. So as long as you are connected through Bluetooth, you can actually search for your device if it's lost. In the My Device setting, it will give you the ability to turn on that lost function. You can turn on posture mind as well. I believe it just buzzes if your posture is not good. And this is where you can click on to find your band, and you can also set an alarm clock here. Your push message in this setting menu will bring you to this screen, and this is where you can set up all of your specific reminds. So if you want to be notified, it's basically notification. If you want to be notified when you're receiving a call or a text or WeChat, and you can also add on a couple more that you can set specific ones. Now I should mention that the remind feature on here, because this is not a digital watch, it won't say anywhere on your watch that you're receiving a call or that you're getting a text. You won't be able to check any of that from your watch. All it will do really is to vibrate to notify you that something is coming through on your phone. So if you were to turn all of these on, you couldn't differentiate between whether it was a call that's coming through, WeChat, or a text message. So that just lets you know that something that you've set up to notify you about is happening on your phone, so you can go get your phone to get it. Now on digital ones, it might tell you the difference between with little icons if it's a text message or a call, and that's handy. But really having your watch to go off, maybe your phone's on silent somewhere or it's away from you at the moment, to let you know when something's happening on your phone with a gentle buzz on your wrist, is a really nice feature. The only problem with this one is that it's just a regular watch screen, so all you get is that vibrating and you don't get any further notification. So you can't really differentiate between if it's a call or a text or WeChat or whatever, just from that vibration on your wrist. You'll notice that the next option here in settings is shake to take a selfie. We can go ahead and turn that on here in the settings menu. Now for me, when I first got this, I was like, how on earth do you use this on this particular watch? And there's really not too much information in the user manual or the product page about this either. Basically, you can use your watch as a remote for the camera on your phone. So let's say that you had your phone set up on a tripod somewhere and you had it flipped around to take a selfie. As long as you're open on your camera on your phone setting and you've got this turned on in your app, then you can actually either tap on the watch, or it says that you can shake it as well, but if you tap on the watch screen, you can actually use that as a remote to take a picture. So it's not like you can just be tapping and take pictures from your phone wherever. You have to have your camera set up and open, and then it is kind of a useful function if you want a remote. Like I do use a little remote to take pictures and things, so you can actually use the watch to do that just by tapping on it or shaking it, but you do need to have your camera open, and that little feature really isn't explained too well. The About menu opens up here, where you can go in and update your application, update firmware, and get version information. You can also do your factory reset here in this menu. The last option here in the settings is Help, and that if you click on that, that will take you to an online help document. So this smartwatch is definitely different than other smartwatches that I've tried, and not quite what I was expecting. I wasn't quite clear how this watch would be able to do the things that it claims to do. But if you are looking for a watch that looks like a typical watch, has that kind of battery, and just looks like a fashion watch that you would wear just for the time, but also can do some basic remind and health settings behind the scenes through an app, then this is a good one for you because it can track, just like a bunch of fitness trackers, it can track your sleep and your steps and things like that. So basically those very basic health monitoring settings, it is able to do just by you wearing it on your wrist, but it looks like a fashion watch. And of all the fitness trackers out there, this one is definitely, its main focus is not on that fitness, right? It just operates as a watch and behind the scenes is doing things. So if you're wanting something that is more fitness oriented, then this might not be the best one for you. Also, do be aware that while there's no specified gender on this one, it does have a rather large watch face. So again, this one I would recommend in certain circumstances, in others I would not. If you're wanting something that's a touch screen that you can control things from the watch, this really isn't the smartest smartwatch out there. You really can't do anything from it. Everything that you view, all the recorded data, you have to use your phone in order to do that. So if you want something that looks like a regular watch but still is able to track a few features, then this is a good option for you. If you're wanting something that's a little bit smarter technology wise, then you may want to look elsewhere. But that has been your overall review of this watch. For what it is able to do a bunch of things, and it looks nice and it's well made, and you have a couple of different bands that you can put on it. And that has been your closer look at this Bluetooth smartwatch from Zuchini.